This video is going to be a step-by-step guide on what to do when your potential client says that your prices are too high, we cannot join you because of your prices, can you do it at a lower rate? And there are n number of different excuses that they can come up with. But if the problem is about pricing and that you are going out of their budget, this is the only video you need to see it till the very end. Because by the end, you will figure out everything, literally everything that people are charging for free. You just need to invest your next few minutes, and that's pretty much it. You are sorted for the rest of your freelancing journey. What could be the possible reasons that they cannot afford you? So there can be two reasons most probably. And that is, number one, they do not have the money that they can actually afford you. Number two, which in 90% cases is the culprit, and that is that they are not confident in you. They have the money, but they do not want it to be invested on you. So now what you do? The number one thing that you have to do once the whole conversation is going around the pricing, that is, you do not push them at any point of time. Do not push your potential client. Do not say them that, okay, let us make this work out. Do not cut your prices. Do not. I especially focus on this thing that do not ever cut your prices. If you are working on a particular rate, never go down below that rate unless 3 people have rejected you. If you didn't understood this, you can write it in the comments. I'll get back to you. Now, do not push the client and try to figure out what is the actual reason why they are not interested in investing that kind of money. Second thing, ask them what is holding them back. Because many freelancers, and I'm telling you this from my particular experience for the last 6 years, what they do is as soon as they know that the client is not willing to onboard them, they just go out of the zone. They are no longer interested. They do not want to carry the conversation, or if they carry the conversation, they are not that willing, not that participative in the conversation. You do not have to do this. This is a terrible mistake. And at the end, I'll tell you what you actually have to do, because these clients, they can come to you in the near future. So stay tuned for it. It will be in the end. Find out what is holding them from making this investment. And in most cases, when you will ask this question to the other person, they will actually think right in front of you that what is actually going on. And in most cases, again, it would boil down to one of the two things. Number one, they are not confident in you. Number two, they are not so sure if they really want to invest that money or not. And your responsibility, being on the other side of the call and being the subject matter expert, it is to make sure that you convert that particular client. Once you know what is holding them back, because there can be a few potential possible answers that they will give you. Number one, that we really do not have the budget right now, we are low on budget. Number two, they are not very sure that they want to do this or not. Number three, they do not find you worthy, or they do not, they didn't had enough proofs or enough credibility about you that they can give you that shot. Number four, someone is willing to do it at a cheaper rate than you are. So after you know the reason, like if you find out the reason why they are not interested in investing that money, here is what you will do. You are going to make them visualize the process. Okay. And by the process, I mean the end result of the process. So tell them that if you invest this $1,000 for the next 2 or 3 months, and after investing $2,000-3,000 over a period of 2 or 3 months, if you are able to generate $6,000 to $7,000, do you see it as a harm? Because you are saying that this is a possibility that you might lose all your $2,000 or $3,000. But there is another element to this thing. That is that if you invest this money, if you get me on board, I can make your revenue go up to $6,000 or $7,000. So even if after paying me, you are still getting $2,000 or $3,000 just by having me on your side. Will make them visualize, make them see the end result, and you will see that this is going to work. Because most people, they need a validation. They need somebody who they can converse with regarding this particular point. Because people, like, no one has seen the future. You are the subject matter expert. If you are somebody who is doing SEO, so you know how much time it takes, what the kind of ROI you get, the return on investment. So you know that if you work with this particular client for $1,000 for the next 3 or 4 months, you can give these particular results. That guy, he has no clue how much time SEO takes, because some will say it takes 6 months, some say it takes 12 months. You are the expert. So you tell them, you help that person out. That person needs your help. All right? Keep this thing in mind. Again, as I told you earlier, do not get triggered or take it personally or doubt your worth when some client says that they cannot afford you or you are not a good fit. Do not ever do that. These calls, these particular moments are specially designed. By nature, they are just designed, like you cannot design them, but naturally they just fall out in place. That these minute details, they are going to tell you a lot about your personality, about how you operate under stress, about how you respond when you have to give a spontaneous reaction to something that is offensive to you, that has hurt you in some way or the other. This is the time to find out a lot of things about you, because, like, it's an old saying though, and you must know it, that good experiences do not teach you as much as the bad ones do. So your good client might have taught you a thing or two, but your toxic red flag client must have taught you 10 or 20 things that you will look forward when you are going to be approaching to other clients in the future. After having these questions, if the client agrees, then it is well and good. If he doesn't agree, if they are still not sure, give them some time. Do not abruptly cut the call. Tell them that this is what is gonna happen, or after the call I can send you a few other things, a few other projects, a few of my other past work that I had done. And then you make up your mind. Do not take decision in hurry. Tell your client that, because you want to give that person the chance to explore what all is there, what all you have done. You have to make it about you at the very end, that you are the best man for the job. You know your work, because there are tens of other people lined up for an interview after you. No matter at which stage you are, there is always going to be competition, and you have to step ahead of the competition. And the only way you can do this, the only way in this industry that you can step ahead of the competition, is that you help your potential client even before he is your client. Because majority, they do not give a damn about the word potential client. All they need is client and the money. You personalize this process, you bridge this gap in between, and you are all set. Now, coming to the technique. If they do not agree, even after a day or two, after they have thoroughly thought it through, you have done everything from your end, and they do not agree, do not close this conversation on a bad note. You never know which project that you are rejecting or you are rejected by now, they might need you later. They might have an opening, they might have the budget, they might have got the funding, they might have made up their mind. You want to be that person that in near future, if anything particular about your skill set arises in front of that person or somebody he knows, he should reach out to you. You have to build that kind of relationship, which 99% people, they do not even know about this concept. I know you are getting to know it right now from me. What you have to do is be in touch even after the client didn't convert it. Whereas majority will, what they'll do is this: okay, ditch him, let's move over to the next batch, move over to the next set of list, move over to the next funnel, and all that stuff. No, you stay in touch with this person. You keep dropping them text, maybe once in a month, maybe if they are having any festival, maybe on a special occasion, maybe Christmas, Happy New Year, all that stuff. You do it. If you are on social media management, you have their Instagram, just be in touch with them, send them memes or something like that, send them posts or something. Just make sure that they know you exist. Tell them by your actions that you exist. And if you see that something like they onboarded somebody else and you are seeing that they can implement a thing or two, just tell them that. These passive efforts that you are making that are not taking much of your time, they are going to give you such kind of exponential result which you can never even imagine. Like, you couldn't have imagined it even in your wildest dream that this could happen. I know majority of you right now would be like, this is one strategy that we never even thought of. I know that, because most people, they think the traditional way, because all the information you have is from the other gurus which are providing you some very basic stuff, and you think that's really fancy. No, that's not fancy. The information known to 10,000 people is not fancy. Information known to hundreds, now that is fancy. Keep in touch with them, keep dropping them suggestions, be their friend, be the someone that they can reach out to if they have a certain problem in your niche. All right, now this is going to help you a lot in the longer run. And that is pretty much it for this video. I didn't want it to extend it or stretch it because the main juice is already delivered now. By now you know a lot of things that you didn't even knew, and that's what I told you at the very beginning, that by the end of this video you will be a completely different person. Your approach would be changed. Everything depends on the interpersonal relationship that you guys have with your potential clients, because clients are important. I get it. Potential clients, like, they have the potential to be your future clients. They are equally important, and this is one territory which not many people tap into. People just leave their potential clients and then somebody else takes your potential client. Why do you want to give that chance to someone? Do not give that chance. And the day you start doing this, you will see the change. And that's for sure. Wait, hold up. Before leaving, I have this one hack that can increase your income by 60%. It is really practical. Watch it, implement it, and see how your income just goes through the roof. Alright, I'll see you there. Bye-bye.